Hello everyone, I just finished A Touch of Minx by Suzanne Enoch. Alright, so this book is the last book in the Samantha Jellicoe series. So this is book 5. And surprisingly, this series ended on a good note, on a high note, a seriously high note. So when I started this book, it just kept climbing higher and higher and did not stop. There was no slowness of this book. There was no like boringness that it got. Just nothing. It just kept climbing higher and higher with the stakes just getting bigger. So as we're at the back of the book, Rick wants to propose to Samantha, and also she gets a job, like a job that she had been asked before, but it didn't work out, but she was asked to again, and she really wanted this to work out because it will legitimize the work that she wants to do in more of a stolen items recovery sort of job, and not just be like a security consultant, because I think that sort of job was just something that just to pass the time while she gets this type of job, recovery jobs and whatnot, but she hadn't really been getting any of them until this book, so she's been getting bored and whatnot. So this entire time, basically I'm just talking about the story now, is just high stakes in trying to recover this item that the Met has asked her to find. Well, actually it's a few items. It's a suit of armor and a few swords. These are from the Yotorimomo era shogun. Like, it's a suit of Japanese armor and some daito and this other type of sword which I can't remember the name of, but gotta find this stuff. And it's taking her, it's taking her time, and she's getting a little frustrated that she can't find it a lot, and we can't figure out who it is, and the fact that Rick, she assumes that he is butting in and trying to take over her project, when in fact, like any other person who is trying to help their significant other or their partner or their friend or whatever, can use their influence to get information from them. It's not that they're trying to take over the job, it's that they are connected in a way that they can help give information to said person who's trying to do this one job. And they're not doing it in a way that, oh, like, I got this information, now you have to do something for me, or blah blah blah. It's just, it's a little quirk that I don't like about Samantha, but it also is in Richard as well. But it's all this back and forth of her trying to, this is my job, I have to do this, and stubborn little minx that she is, like, she's stubborn about it, that she's like, I have to do this, I have to prove, basically, this is just her proving to herself that she can be a legitimate job thing. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my top because it's not even. But at the same time, Rick is being ridiculous and wanting her not to do anything dangerous when this is her, that's been her life, and that's part of who she is. She is an adrenaline junkie herself, and basically has turned Rick into an adrenaline junkie. Wow, I can't pronounce that word too many times. But it was great. And then we get to a person, like one of the suspects, they find out who is a mad stalker, and he's been stalking Samantha for a while now. I don't mean to, spoil anything, but it's just, that's where it's taken it up a notch, that it's like there's someone stalking her, and then she is, then said stalker tries to murder her because she didn't do something that he wanted her to do, and she didn't even know that he'd asked her, and just like, wow, just everything is just hiking up so high. And then we know on top of that, Richard wants to propose to her, right? Yes, it says here. Yes, sparkly item, proposition down the aisle, so proposing marriage, and she, like, we find out that she is, like, not said outright, but the way she acts, and she's not used to having roots and kind of doesn't want to have roots in a way. So Rick had, like, apparently she loves gardens and flowers and wants to make a garden. She's always wanted that. And Rick gave her the opportunity, said, here, make a beautiful garden of my pool. Like, so there's still gonna be a pool there, but just, you know, this, do what you want here. He hadn't even touched it yet. He'd already had done some renovations and whatnot, but he hadn't touched the pool area. So, like, go ahead, make a garden there, do whatever you want to the pool and whatnot. And she's been putting it off. And it's said in the book, like, that she might be afraid of roots, or afraid to put in roots, because her previous job as a cat burglar, she's always had to look over her shoulder, and probably will be doing that for the rest of her life, or for a good portion of her life, until, like, don't need to do that. But he's finally gotten really frustrated because he wants, you know, to spend the rest of his life with her and try to, basically forces her to make this garden. And it's just, so yes. And on top of it, Samantha doesn't even know till, like, the last third of the book that he wants to propose to her. And it's just, wow. So, like, that's not the most exciting part. It's probably, like, the, like, third on the excitement level of how high this story has gone. And like, the adrenaline that just goes up and up and up. It's like I got to, like, the second half or the last third of this book, and everything was like, oh my god, I do not want to put this down. I don't want to have to put this down, because it's just keeps getting more amped up. And then, like, smack dab in the middle of these two things, this Met job and being proposed to, or going to be proposed, and Rick is just freaking out of, like, oh my god, I don't think she's gonna say yes. I would be crushed if she doesn't say yes, and I would hate to have to, you know, be all negotiator and, like, trying to force her to say yes and whatnot, whatever. His lawyer slash friend's daughter asks Samantha to find the anatomy man of her science class in middle school, I'm gonna say. Yes. And, like, she kind of knows Samantha was, like, a procurer. Not necessarily a cat burglar, but she acquired stuff for the people, I think. I can't remember what was said in, like, the first two books or the beginning of the story, but she calls Samantha up and asks her to find the anatomy man. And the story behind that is pretty interesting in and of itself. It's like, she's a little awkward about it because, like, she has to deal with kids. It's not really a legitimate job, but, you know, it's your boyfriend's friend's daughter, and you kind of don't want to be an ass about it, and she calls you Aunt Sam, and yeah. So, even the whole trying to find the anatomy man was kind of high-raising stakes in and of itself. Like, that she was having a hard time finding it, and then she sees Olivia's older brother, who's the middle child, and Rick's friend has 3 children. One's in college, and one's in high school, and one's in middle school, whatever. So she notices a reaction that the middle child has when she's over at their house, and he's, like, saying bye and whatever. And so she kind of follows him and has the suspicion that he might know what happened in the anatomy man. And what she finds out what's happened to anatomy man is kind of pretty funny, and it's great. And then it's kind of left off a little. There's, like, we don't see the other than the fact that she tells Olivia that she's found the anatomy man, and also the teacher, because she talks to her and gets the police report and whatever. Yeah, just, you don't see the results of what happened to the people who took Anatomy Man and that sort of thing. That's the little disappointment. But other than that, there was zero disappointments, even with the way Rick and Samantha are towards each other and the way they react to things, and just, oh, it was great. The characters, like both those two, were amazing, and I didn't have a real problem with them, other than the fact that this is part of their character, is the fact that she doesn't let Rick help her, and she can't, and when she does, she begrudgingly lets him help her, or he bullies himself into doing certain stuff with her. And Rick has the annoyance of, you know, loving all of her, but he doesn't want her doing anything dangerous, which means she can't go and do, like, sneaking into a person's house to see if they have the items she has to acquire for the Met. He just gets really frustrated and tries to argue and yell his, like, way of her not doing it or getting himself involved in it. And it's only slightly frustrating. It was like, come on, you guys, you've been together for a year now, maybe just a little over a year, maybe like a week. Actually, yeah, they said right at the beginning of the book they're celebrating their 1-year anniversary, and then it's like a week later, I'm guessing, 2 weeks later, it's within the span of a month, maybe a little less, that he finally proposes to her, and you gotta read to find out her answer, but everyone should probably know her answer with these kind of books. I just hope, like, we're not getting any more of these books, but I just hope in time that, you know, Rick and Samantha would be like, hey, like, they don't do those little petty things. Yeah. Okay, so as I have repeatedly said, this was a great book. And other than the 2 books in this series, like 2 out of 5 books were a disappointment to me, and I loved the other 3. Actually, I think I missed one. Did I miss one? No, I should have read. Oh, where are the titles? Yeah, I read them all. I totally recommend this series. It's a great series. I probably won't buy any of these books because, like, I don't know, they were great and all, but they're not super great that I want to reread them. So, yeah. I recommend this book, this series, and yes, just beautiful. It was great. And the writing, I gotta say, the writing was really good in this one too. Like, the way Suzanne wrote it. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Yeah, Suzanne. The way she wrote it was really great. So, yeah. That book is done, and I can take it back tomorrow, which is great. And now I get to start on a book that I've been holding on for like a month now or something. And that is Antiminity and the King's Ransom by Nancy Atherton. Oh my lord, I've been wanting to read this so badly since I got it. But I was in the middle of reading Flippin' It, and then I had that, so I had that to read for the week, and so now I get to read my own book. Oh my god! So yeah, yes. I'm gonna read this. I really do bloody care that I should be putting something else on hold. I am gonna put the next thing on hold because I have 2 books that are in like a 3-book series that one of them is in a 3-book series and it's the last book in the series, so I gotta try and find the other first 2. And then the other one is a Christine Feehan book, and it's part of, I think, a 7-book series, or yeah, and then it's attached to another like 7-book series, so, but I don't know, but that'll be later. But I'm reading this now because I gotta read my own, and besides that, I'm gonna have to wait for that 3-book series for the first book in that one. So let's read the info with this, because I haven't even read the info for that. I haven't even, like, look at this, I haven't even broken the spine. I haven't even put it on chapter 1 or prologue, if there even is a prologue. So let's get this, because I'm, again, dying. Oh, such a good spine cracking. 24 chapters at least. Yes. 24 chapters. 23 plus an epilogue. There's always an epilogue. So, let's read that now. On a dull and dreary October day, October, oh, so great. Laurie Shepherd and her husband Bill set off for the historic town of Rye on the southeast coast of England for a quiet weekend together without the kids. Bill must first pay a visit to a reclusive client, but after Laurie drops him off, a powerful storm drives her off course and leaves her stranded in an ancient rambling inn called the King's Ransom. When Laurie is spooked by ghostly noises in the night, Aunt Divinity reminds her rather tartly that not all ghosts intend to harm the living. But the longer Laurie is stuck at the inn, the stranger things seem. She learns that the inn was once a hangout for smugglers, and that it's riddled with secret tunnels the smugglers used to reach a network of hidden caves. Then the inn's cook, a brawny, gruff ex-con, who seems to have a beef with a mysterious French guest. Are the noises Laurie hears made by the spirits of long-dead smugglers? Or should she be worried by the inn's living inhabitants? Joining forces with her new friend Bishop Windham, and guided by Aunt Diminity's wise counsel, Laurie sets out to discover once and for all who, or what, is haunting the King's Ransom. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be good. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I always love my Aunt Divinity books. Well, I didn't love The Widow's Curse, but this one should be good. Oh my god, because it's a good old ghostly mystery. Oh, ow, so good. I'm not even gonna be playing. I've been playing Fallout constantly for a little while. I should take a little break from that. So I'm going to be reading more of this today between my watching of YouTube videos. So yeah. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. And if you have read any of the Samantha Jellicoe by Suzanne Enoch book series, if you read A Touch of Minx, let me know in the comments below how you liked them. And if you've read any other Suzanne Enoch books, you can let me know how you liked them. Maybe recommend similar books by, of the more like a Samantha Jellicoe series, because I don't really like her historical Regency type of books, so. And if this is the first time you're watching my video, please hit that big red subscribe button down there by my picture for more book reviews, hauls, let's plays, unboxing, unbagging, because something's coming, a bubble wrap, and an envelope for a plastic bag wrap thingy, vlogmas, random vlogs, and random videos. I have no idea where to categorize. Also, today, my boyfriend booked our car service for Disney. Oh my god, we're getting so much closer. I have got to mark stuff off of the list of things to do / buy for Disney, so yeah. Again, I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, everyone.